Welcome to the LEAFMAN Podcast. I'm your host, Trevor Taylor. This is my co-host,
Brooks McQuarter.
And today, we got some good questions for you.
We got some good questions. How you been this week? I don't see you anymore.
I know.
I miss you.
I miss you.
I see you at the gym at 7 a.m. every morning.
I know. I'm good, man. We had
Holidays treating you well?
This like you. I mean, you kind of know. Like we talked about it. But yeah, we just everything went.
A lot of tribulation.
A lot of tribulation. Like we finally got the sales kinks worked out, and then right as soon as we got the sales kinks worked out, like every piece of equipment I owned decided to malfunction. I'm not kidding. Like it's not an exaggeration. My dingo, both of my chippers, bucket truck, all of it. But we're good. We're chilling. We
it has to happen once a year, right?
Yeah, of course. We press on.
And why not the holidays?
Why not the holidays, right? It's a perfect time. And we press on. That is the options that we have. So we just keep going. Yeah, it's good. How are you? How's
good. I like we've talked about this before, but I love the Christmas season, and it's in direct conflict with why most people hate the holiday season. You know, you hear people a lot be like, oh, the holidays are coming.
Yeah.
It's like, I love the holiday season, so when I say that, people are like, it's so stressful. You got to get everyone a present, and you got to go out to the mall and the shopping. That's not like what I do. Like I get my wife a couple of presents, you know, get my sister, a couple family members, maybe you something small. We do it every couple of years or something like that. We get something nice. Like, I just like that, like, you know, we got the winter vibes, we got Christmas lights all around, we got the, you know, the old school Christmas tunes, like whenever you go out to like get coffee or something like that, you got the Christmas music on. Like, I just love the vibe of Christmas, like the holidays. Yeah. It's not that I'm like, and obviously I'm not religious, so I don't like it for that reason. Yeah. But I love the Christmas season. I love that it's kind of upon us. You know what I mean? I love it every year.
I love Christmas too.
It's not a source of stress for me because I don't take it to that level. Like, I mean, I have friends that their parents would take them 6 months into debt.
Yeah.
Like I was talking to Robin today. She was like, my parents used to go into debt that they would pay off for 6 months.
To get Christmas
presents. To make Christmas big. And it's like, that is absurd, dude.
Yeah. Yeah, I love Christmas. I love giving, and it's not stressful for me. There's I feel like there's two different kinds of people that get stressed around Christmas. People that don't like spending money on anyone but themselves.
Right.
And then people who do like it, but have a really
resent it.
But like, or they like have like a hard time picking out gifts, and that makes them stressed.
Right. Exactly.
Because they don't know what to get people. It's not that they don't like giving; it's that they're stressed about what to get.
It's like you know how to make that really easy. I mean, I know that sometimes a surprise here and there is nice. Like you know what you know you do sometimes, or what I do for Sarah. Sometimes we surprise them or whatever. Like most of the time, I'll send Sarah like you know a Jack Carr merch page, this page with some cool things that I like, and then a page with some other things, and then I'll be like, hey, send me a few like
that you like,
you know, cool little websites that you like or whatever, and I'll pick a couple things, and that's always such a good way to do it.
It's a good way to do it,
and then stockings are like socks, and
there's like a few things I've learned to steer away from,
maybe not steer away.
Not steer away. I don't know. Clothing is a hard one for anybody. I feel like for guy friend, you can give a guy a shirt. That's not a big deal. But like jackets, most guys are specific about the jacket they wear. They're specific about their pants.
You're not gonna buy a guy jeans.
Yeah, jeans. Like you're not. That's not really like. I
don't even buy myself jeans because I don't know what I like.
I steer clear of that stuff when it comes to like Erica or like stuff like that because like everyone has their taste and you might think that it's their taste, but then like they try it on, the fit isn't right. Like it doesn't. Right. And like. Something could be completely my style, but if it doesn't fit correctly, I don't like it.
Yeah, me too.
And so like that's a hard one. I just steer away from clothes. That's
Same thing, like that amazing. My mother-in-law Shelly got me like a Save Smooshy, the walrus movement. Yeah, she got me one of those shirts, right? And I loved it, but it was one of those shirts like also it fit me well. Yeah. But here's how little of a detail that has to go wrong for me to not wear it. Same thing with the Tree Coalition shirts. Yeah, no pocket logo. Big graphic logo on the back. Yeah. Blank on the front. So it's it drives me absolutely up the wall.
Just take the back and put it on the front.
That would have been awesome. That would have been great. But yeah, so that's how small of a detail will like.
Clothing is a hard one. I steer away from that. Unfortunately for me, I have pigeonholed myself into grand gifts with Erica because for the first 3 years of our marriage, it goes our anniversary in December, then Christmas, and then her birthday early January. So I have three. Day. Yeah, so I have 3 big presents in a row. Valentine's Day is like smaller, but like 3 big presents in a row.
Give a shit about
Valentine's Day. And so like, and I've given her big, fantastic gifts. So it's like we're eventually probably gonna have to get to the point where we mellow out and we just like aren't giving big gifts to each other.
You're like the human exhibition of grand gesture.
Yeah, I like grand gestures.
You have been since you met her.
I like grand gestures, dude. But yeah, I mean, remember like I built her.
I like Trico. I'll buy buy it.
100%, dude. But you do the same things with Sarah, like.
For sure, I do a lot of little things.
Yeah.
All year round.
Yeah.
But like sometimes I do like a big one, you know.
Yeah.
Like I've got a couple of things that I've done that were a big one. Like Sarah's done a couple things for me that were big, like that cult birthday party that she threw me for my 30th. That was amazing.
That was awesome.
That was so much fun.
That was a good one. Yeah, with Erica, you know what I found too is like I used to really hate on Valentine's Day. I really talked a lot of crap about it. Cause I was like, if you only treat your wife like a Valentine on Valentine's Day, then you're.
No, I don't like that opinion though.
Yeah, then it's like, I got excessive because I forget where I heard it, but that one resonated with me because like some guys will wait all year long and then Valentine's Day is like, oh, it's just
right. It's
day,
like we do it all year.
But yeah, I do it all period. That doesn't mean every day is like.
But periodically,
I bring my wife flowers. Literally multiple times this year, I've had cash from cash jobs. And Erica doesn't need the money. We share a bank account, but I'll just give her the cash from a cash job that's been sitting in my wallet, and I'm like, here's a couple $100. Just go buy something nice.
Oh yeah.
Like whatever.
If I told Sarah I would go to her plant store with her, she would give me anything I wanted.
She loves that plant store, dude. That's how we got most of the plants that were in here. They're in my house now.
Yeah, they're in your house now. It's not really a great environment out here in the winter to have them.
No, yeah.
In the freezing cold.
Yeah, but no, it's good. I like gift giving. It makes me feel really good to give people gifts, and it only makes me feel good. Because I'm not the kind of person who gives them with the anticipation that I'm going to receive something in return.
Yeah.
Like I just give them because I want you to be happy, which also sucks. Because I'm bad at gift receiving.
Right.
I don't really know how to like react sometimes. I'm like, thank you so much. I love you. I'll give you a hug, but I always feel somewhat awkward in my skin when I'm being grateful for this gift.
Yeah.
I don't know how to do it.
And I'm fine. I'm like, you're just a little tiny bit different in the way that I'm really good at, and you're like Sarah in the way that, because Sarah doesn't want to have a baby shower, like where she opens gifts. Because it's hard to like, if you don't like it, it's hard to be like,
yeah,
I like it. Yeah. But like, sadly, I'm really good at that.
Yeah, I'm not like terrible at it. I'm not like, I just don't know how to say thank you like enough. Like words to me don't really feel like a good enough way to say thank you to somebody who like thought about you and like gave you something that they had thought about. Like, it's like that scene, you remember in New Girl, where he's like, yeah, I got you a cookie.
Yeah, gave you got you a cookie.
Gave me a cookie, got you a cookie.
Yeah.
Why'd you give me a cookie? I was just thinking about you today. Yeah, but like, why were you thinking about me? He's like, I don't know, you're my friend.
Why'd you give me the cookie?
Why'd you give me the cookie?
I get it. Same thing.
Sometimes it feels like that. And then like, I don't know.
That's how it is with like my cooking. Like I love cooking for people.
Yeah.
But I'm not overly excited to go to other people's potlucks unless I'm bringing something.
Yeah.
But like on Thanksgiving, you could ask Sarah, and I have no problem saying this on the air, dude. I was like mildly heartbroken. We were only planning on having 3 people over at our place for Thanksgiving, but we ended up having a few more than that, like on and off.
Yeah.
A few waves came through. We were only planning on Brandy, Matt Gill, and Withers, and in the morning, Withers had been invited to one of our other friends' Thanksgiving.
Yeah, he told me about that.
Randomly.
Yeah.
And I didn't know that they asked before because I figured I would just assume that he was coming to my place. I didn't invite him. You know what I mean?
I literally assumed the same thing. I was like, you going to what time you going to Brooks's later? He's like, I'm not sure if I'm going to Brooks's, and I was like,
dude, what? I was heartbroken that Withers wasn't gonna be there for the meal. Like I literally was like, oh, like. Ask Sarah when next time you see her. Like I literally like my whole mood deteriorated for an hour.
Isn't gonna be there to
and then like a couple people called. They were like, "Oh, can we swing through and this and that?" And I was like, "Okay, thank God," because I am making a lot of food. That was really a lot of the reason. And I was just like, "What do they have that I don't?" And I'm like, in my mind, I really know that Withers is going because he's trying to branch out. He wants to make more friends. Widen his network and try something new. Like that's totally good for him, but I hated it.
Yeah, I feel like it's that phone call that you. Do you remember Julian Smith? Brother, please drink my hot Kool-Aid.
Yeah, he ended up showing up there during the night too, which was nice. But yeah, like that's how I am. I love cooking for people. I love giving that gift, and like not to, like. All humility aside, I like being real good at it. Because I'll be like, show up, I'll be like, is that just like French bread?
Yeah, is that, what is that?
Oh, so you made garlic bread from Smith's? That's sick, dude.
From Smith?
That looks
Did you
good.
throw it in the toaster?
Here's my Calabrian chili garlic.
Yeah.
So I'm the same way.
I like it.
Anyways,
Well, should we get into some
question?
questions? Yeah, what you got?
See any long-term relationship with kids?
Deal.
All right, so we're not going to start off with my favorite one.
Okay.
Just buckle up. We got a good one later. But this one I figure you can get through pretty quick. I don't know if I have an answer immediately. I'm going to let you answer it quick.
Okay.
Maybe, or first. Found this on a Mark Hansen blog. I don't know who Mark Hansen is, but it seems like he's an important person. Because I go online and I look for good stuff to talk about, as far as questions. So first one we've got is, what's true about you today that would make your 8-year-old self cry?
Ooh. What's true about me today that would make my 8-year-old self cry?
I mean, like, other than like, I'm not a cowboy.
Yeah.
I'd be bummed out about that.
So cry with sadness?
Like just to be like, yeah, cry with, I wouldn't say tears of joy, because an 8-year-old doesn't really have the capacity to cry with joy. Maybe. I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know much about 8-year-olds. I don't hang out with them that much.
My 8-year-old self would cry.
I'm trying to think about it too. So if I come up with something, I'll say something. But like,
That's
I would say that my 8-year-old self would cry because of the positions that I've found, like doing a lot of admin and marketing stuff for Trico and doing a lot of admin and marketing stuff for Ace Gutter now. Like, I think as a kid, you have a different view of what you're going to do when you get older. Mm-hmm. I think if my 8-year-old self saw me 10 years ago in the military, my 8-year-old self would be like, let's go, dude. That's sick. Dude. Like, oh, yeah, you did it. Yeah. You did it. You're a private in the Army.
G.I. Joe, man. That's sick.
You're G.I. Joe, bro. Yeah, and you kind of just find your way as you get older, and I love what I do. But I feel like 8-year-old me would just be like,
you're not an astronaut, dude? What's wrong with you?
The computer, huh?
Yeah, you're the computer.
Are you sending out a text message to like a ton of people?
So you're going to tell me that we did not become a firefighter or something cool,
You're telling me you sell gutter cleanings for a living. Yeah. So maybe that would be my answer.
Yeah. Mine would be, my 8-year-old self would cry if he found out that I became addicted to alcohol.
Think so?
Yeah, I think he would cry.
Yeah, I don't think 8-year-olds are all psyched on alcohol.
No,
it takes a while for that to kick in.
Yeah, I saw it.
It takes a little bit of living.
Yeah. He would be so pissed off that I broke my agreement with Dare.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, for sure. We all disappointed Dare.
Yeah. No, yeah, I think my 8-year-old self would be sad that he found out that I left my faith, because I 8-year-olds old isn't right when you get baptized in the church. So
were you like baptized right at 8?
Yeah,
you did the whole rigmarole. Yeah. I was baptized at 14.
Yeah, I did the whole 9 yards. So finding out that I left the church and that I got addicted to alcohol like my dad did, that would probably be a pretty big letdown. Like my 8-year-old self would be like, dude, why did you even try alcohol? You know that your dad left because of those problems,
Right, but how couldn't you?
How couldn't you? Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, that's probably what he'd be the most.
I am more surprised that you did drink and stuff like that before, when you got in trouble at Snow College, before the military.
Yeah.
I was surprised to hear that happened.
Yeah.
But I mean, dude, we were infantry in the Army. You don't escape it. I didn't know anyone that didn't drink.
Nobody.
There was not even the
Nobody.
Christian religious kid that was up at
Drinks.
7 o'clock for services on Sunday.
Drinks.
Was hung over,
dude. Everybody drinks and smokes. If you
smokes,
can
dips at the same time, all of it.
And drinks an absurd amount of energy drinks.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I didn't catch the energy drink bug.
But a lot.
But my bug was no better. I drank probably 1,000 of those Arizona iced teas.
Yeah.
And then when deployment came, I probably had about 1,000 Rippets and about 1,000 Wild Tigers.
Oh yeah, yep. So that would probably be the most disappointed. He might be disappointed. 8-year-old me might be disappointed if he found out that I didn't that I wasn't very close with my dad for a couple years. Which was my own fault because of the drinking and stuff.
Right. But you were when you were younger? Yeah,
me and my dad have always been really close. We didn't really get distance until I started dating a girl in high school, and then I spent most of my time with her, and then I got kicked out of college and joined the Army, and after that we became distant because every time I came home I was just drunk the whole time.
Yeah.
And avoiding family functions, and I was supposed to be at home visiting my family, and I wasn't doing that.
Right. Exactly.
So I was hanging out. With
we almost didn't even come home for R&R. Remember, we tried to go to Prague.
Yeah, and it didn't work out. Yeah.
Because 100% that didn't work out because we are too lazy.
Yes.
We we were like, oh, we couldn't get our passports, but we did have 3 months.
Yeah, we did. Yeah, we didn't do anything.
We just kept saying, man, I can't wait to go to Prague.
Yeah, nope, didn't happen.
But yeah, it was nice to come home though. But I did the same thing. Like all I did was, I went to first. My mom picked me up from my poor mom. Not thinking back on it.
Yeah.
My mom picked me up from the airport when I came home from Iraq on R&R, and she dropped me off at a friend's party on the way home.
Yep.
Oh, so bad, dude.
So bad. Do you look back at those times and you're like 19, you're like, whatever, I'm just hanging out with my friends. I'll go hang out with my family. And then I'm like, dude, my parents literally watched me go to war. And my first prerogative when I got home was to go get drunk with the friends that I hung out with before I joined the army.
Right, exactly. It's just like, oh man, what we realize about our parents, I feel like, because just imagine being a parent, like your kid coming home as a combat soldier. You're like, they're not fuelers.
Yeah.
In some far off.
I carry a gun every day.
Like I went on 10-hour patrols every day.
Yeah.
And and I came home and I was like, can you drop me off so I could get drunk with my friends? And then that first night, I'm pretty sure my mom had to walk me up the stairs to my bedroom.
Sucks, dude. I hate that I did that to my folks.
So annoying.
Such good sports about it.
I guess.
Yeah. Well, they still love me, so
Yeah.
Something went okay. All right, next question. What you got?
All right. Here's the big one, and then we'll kill time if we can't talk through this. But let's get just to preface this one. No, actually, shock and awe. I'm gonna read the question first.
Yeah.
So I ran across this. Sorry, kids, for the language, but this question says that Mark Hansen site, same thing. What's your favorite flavor of shit sandwich, and does it come with an olive? And and the context to it is everything involves sacrifice. Everything includes some sort of cost. Nothing is pleasurable or uplifting all of the time. Everything comes with struggle and sacrifice. But it comes down to when you're deciding what to do in life, what struggle or sacrifice are you willing to tolerate
for
the olive?
For the olive.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it says, ultimately what determines our ability to stick with something we care about and have passion for when the rough patches and inevitable rotten days come?
That's a good question. It varies. It's a complicated question because it varies. It varies. There are 4 things that I will not compromise on. That's Trico, my wife, my fitness, and my word. I will eat any crap sandwich I need to eat to not break those ones.
Right.
All the other ones, whatever. But those 4 are unshakable to me. That's why I like this LEAFMAN challenge. Okay, this week, the last 2 weeks, okay? So we started the LEAFMAN challenge November 1st. I finish it on Thursday, tomorrow. Yeah, it's the last day, okay? The LEAFMAN challenge is it's like we've talked about it on the show before, but for those of you who don't know, it's just a program that I run within the realms of my company that is very similar to 75 Hard. It's a cold shower. It's 10 pages of reading every day. It's a 45-minute workout. It's diet unbroken, and it's 30 days of sobriety. Am I missing anything? I don't think so. 30 days of that unbroken. During this November stuff, I told all of my employees I was going to do it. This is how much my word means to me, that I don't want to break it. I told my guys I was going to do this, and we've talked about it on the show, and I have said on this very show that I do everything that I say that I'm going to do. Because I have said that, I want to live by it. I don't want people to ever question that. During this challenge, okay, week 2, Matt got hurt, my lead foreman, which means that I had to go back out into the field, which means that my time immediately got cut in half.
Right.
Then all of our sales got upped. So now I'm juggling that and the sales. Then our dingo, the big machine that we used to carry logs, went down. Then our chipper went down. Then our other chipper went down. I have gone nonstop for 3 weeks in a row. And you know what I have not done? I have not missed my morning workout. I have not missed my walk. And I have not broken my diet. And that has been extremely difficult. But I said to my guys that I was going to do it. And I want my guys to look up to me and follow me. And I can't do that if they don't trust me as a leader. And when I said I was going to do it, I needed to do it.
It didn't help to have all that adversity, because in the way, obviously your time gets screwed, but you do kind of kick into a different gear.
Different gear.
And did that not help in any way?
It did. Yeah, it helped a lot. But that's because I have that gear, because I've done it before. So I know what needs to be done. And so for me, it was like, dude, it was go time. And so I know, as far as the olive goes, the sandwich that I will eat is however big it needs to be before I break, and I have not broken yet. And so like I look at this, and this is what I tell the guys, because like they get sad, you know, they heartbroken too. Like all of our equipment's down. We're hand carrying logs like it's 2020 again. You know, like we're hand carrying logs. They're brokenhearted, and then I tell them the same thing, guys. We can't grow without adversity. Like our growth and our success lies on the other side of this challenge. So just think about it that way. We just need to get through it, and that's how I look at it. Like I'll look back at the end of this 30 days and know that I'm unbreakable because of the things that I just went through.
Yeah.
So that's like my motivation. Like I'm not gonna break, because if I do, I know that I'll never forgive myself.
And yes, are you guys gonna put positions in place as Trico grows? Once you're a $10 million company, are you gonna have a ton of processes in place that prevent things like this from happening? Yes, but like where I work, is a $10 million company plus, probably something, I don't know, you know what it is, but it's a great company. Yep. But we're going through like a hard time at the Salt Lake branch, you know what I mean, with like installers that left, and we're slammed, and we need to like manipulate the schedule and stuff like that. It's inevitable, and it's never gonna end. It's
never gonna end, and that's what people forget, or people that get into business think that it's just like, if I can just break through, then it's gonna be fine, and we're gonna have it easier. No, now there's some financial freedom.
Well, in the beginning, like when we said, I can't wait for Trico to run itself, it will never truly do that.
No.
You know what I mean? Like, I think that you'll always...
There will be a CEO in place who runs it instead of me, probably.
And there will be something horrible but there will be something horrible that happens that they will confide in you and be like, hey, I need your help.
Yeah, mentor you, like, hey, mentor, I need help. What can you give me advice on this? Yeah, let's talk about it, you know? That's normal and inevitable. But I think, honestly, if you cannot break during those hard times, then you build, like, an unshakable confidence in yourself. And that, to me, is, like... is worth its weight in gold, because I look at things and I see no reason that they can't be done. Because I mean, if I look back, right, not only did I have the Leaf challenge to do this month, the LEAFMAN challenge, but I had to go back into the field, which I haven't done for a while. I still got all of our crane jobs done. I still got all the stuff done that I paid Matt to do. Were my days long? Yeah. Was I tired? Absolutely. Was there a whole lot of room in there for like me to spend time with Erica? No. My time got eaten up. But it just goes to show me that, like, if it came down to it, whatever, like, we'll keep moving forward.
Yeah, it happens.
That was a worst case scenario. Like, literally, in my opinion, worst case scenario. We just went through it. All of our equipment was gone, and our lead foreman was gone. Well, there's not much worse than that, other than like our leads getting shut off, which just happened also, you know? So like,
that happened again?
No.
It happened before.
Yeah, a couple weeks ago. You know, you were there for that.
Yeah.
Brutal, I don't know. How about you? Like, what kind of...
My thing comes down to like you know, I'm always kind of like you adjacent, because I do have a lot of like personal values that you hold to yourself, as far as like, I believe discipline is one of the greatest things, you know what I mean? Like, I want to have discipline, but I'm not perfect always. I'm in no way on the level of like how where you're at for the most part. And I don't think it's a lack of effort. I think it's a lack of need for it. Yeah. But when I do need to, I kick it in. Yeah. But I mean, I'll say one thing and then I'll jump into what I feel like on the whole shit sandwich thing. But as far as discipline goes and routine goes, like you're saying, all these things you won't sacrifice, it's because the act of having a routine and being disciplined, I'm going to go into this freaking Charlie Hunnam quote from Triple Frontier, is biological and physiological. Yeah. Like I missed going to the gym for a week and a half because I went to Dallas as a vacation, you know, after in between going you and Ace Gutter. Went there, came back, didn't start for a few days. We had Thanksgiving break, dude. Like, I tried to get up this morning to do my workout at 6 a.m. Absolutely not. But I did it a million times with ease once I got on the routine. The routine, yeah. Once you're on a routine, your body's like, let's go. Like, dude, right at the right time.
There's a good quote that let's see. How does it go?
Jesus loves me this time.
No, it's the hardest step is not the first step, it's the next step. I don't remember the exact quote, but like the thought behind it is it should always be like getting the ball rolling again, going to the gym. That first day, that first week, getting back into the routine is so difficult. Yeah. After that, it's easy to maintain, but getting them, like Andy Frisella talks about it. It's like once you get that momentum, you're cruising. But getting the momentum going is difficult at first until you learn how to like get yourself momentum.
Right, but yesterday doesn't ever guarantee, like yesterday's discipline never guarantees tomorrow.
No.
Like, because, I mean, you'll like this. I don't know if you've ever heard it, but it's a thing they say in the SEAL teams a lot.
Yeah.
And they say, I'm sure it's all special ops and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But I know it primarily from SEAL teams, and Brad Thor writes about it a lot in his books because he's got an ex-Navy SEAL as a primary protagonist. But it always says the only easy day was yesterday.
Yeah.
Forever. The only easy day was yesterday, because yesterday's over.
Yeah,
And you're feeling the effects today.
Yeah.
Of today, and you have today to deal with.
I like that. That's
So
good.
it's like a really popular one, and that's how I feel. But as far as the whole shit sandwich thing, like, what am I willing to eat? Mine doesn't have so much to do with like a business that I have, or even where I work. Like, because I mean, recently I took a huge pay cut with a baby on the way, and my wife's job needed to take priority. I needed to take a step back as far as things go. I took a huge pay cut. I don't have as much free time as I used to, so I kind of got to work on that. But that is the sandwich that I'm willing to eat in order to be where I needed to be for like my family, for my wife, and to be a good dad and be around and still be doing doing as much as I possibly can. But I'm willing to take that bite.
Yeah.
Every single time for my outside of work life, because I don't have a business, you know what I mean? Like if I had a business, I'd be like, that's a whole different animal.
Yeah.
But for me, whatever I need to do, whatever sandwich I need to eat that gets me to the point where, like, whatever sacrifice, yada yada, I'll make that sacrifice every time so that my wife is happy and my kid's taken care of, my kid's not in some facility 8 hours a day.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So,
you know what's funny too? Now that you're saying that, it made me think about this. Let's see. A lot of men, because it's so glamorized on social media now, they want to act like really alpha, right? They want to act like they're in charge of their own life and like
overtly alpha. I mean, I would say that you act alpha to a certain extent, but I know who you're talking about. Those overt, like, that's their whole personality.
Everyone wants to be the hero of their own story, right? And exactly. I respect it. Like, I get it. Like, it's ingrained in men. I feel like that you want to be the hero of your own story. I get that. But a lot of guys want to like romanticize the fact like, I would die for my family. I would do all these things. But like, that same token, you're not willing to take care of yourself for your family. You're not willing to take care of yourself mentally for your family. You and your wife have been fighting nonstop for several years, and you're not willing to sacrifice a few hours a week to go talk to a counselor.
Or it's like dudes that don't take care, like you said, don't take care of their bodies. Like, I would die for my family. It's like, bro, you couldn't run 1.5 miles for your family. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yes.
What are you saying?
Yeah, what are you saying to me? Like, you would kill. I'll kill for my wife. I'll do anything to protect her. Cool. If you would kill for your wife, then you should also be willing to go spend an hour a week in therapy, talking to a professional.
If it's needed.
If it's needed, learning skills to communicate to your wife so that you can avoid the fighting. If that is a consistent.
Yeah, if that's a consistent
if that's a thing
problem
for you. Yeah. Or you should be, you're willing to die for your family, but you're not willing to spend a little extra time learning how to be financially free so that you could maybe work less hours or find a different job. Like, you're not even willing to send your resume like you did to a few different jobs to find one that works for your goals in life.
Right.
Like, people like romanticize this hero complex, which I get, but then they're not even willing to put in the simplest amount of work to change their life so that they can be the best father, the best husband, the best provider, the best friend. Like,
exactly. And it comes down to that. Like, and in a way, it's breaking societal norms in a way. And I don't care what any alpha personality or whatever wants to say to me, or whatever men's group wants to be like, are you the one being the hero of your family? Yada, yada. Like, I get it. Sure. Congrats. But not in the way you're saying it. Like, there could be a very big possibility that, once we have the kid and we try to juggle the difference, of these things, like juggle, still both of us working somehow and then still kind of making it work. There could be a total possibility that I have to take an even bigger sacrifice, bigger step back, and not work at all. Yeah. And does that initially, before I put any self-discipline or thought into it, does that like be like, oh, man, I'm not going to be taking care of my family. But then I think through it and I apply logic, that's saving our asses.
It is.
You know what I mean? That's taking an even bigger sacrifice, because it's not like I don't like to work. I'm not looking forward to it.
Yeah.
It's not like I don't like to work and I'm like, oh, thank God we're having a kid. I can step back and be a stay-at-home dad.
Well, dude, look.
It's just a sacrifice that needs to be made, and the willingness to make it. You know, I'm not like hyping myself up being like, be a stay-at-home dad, all you kids. But you know what I'm saying.
Dude, well, look, here's the thing. and I really believe this. I understand there are, you know, we have been brought up in a culture where like the male is the provider and the female stays home or whatever. Now, I don't think that is necessarily the way that needs to be done. I think you can also be the male that stays at home and raises the kid, and the woman is a great provider. In this day and age, like, it is very possible for a woman to find a lot of financial success doing something.
It's not rare.
It is not rare. And that can be okay. What I do think is that there needs to be, if that is the case, like, the roles just need to be communicated about, and then like your job is like, hey, I'm gonna raise these kids and like they're gonna be studs at home. The house will be organized. Like,
so what you're trying to say is there can be an inequality of income, but there needs to be an equality of effort.
Yes, that is a great way to put it. Yeah. That is exactly, you've put into verbiage what I was thinking in my head. Yeah. That is exactly how a marriage should work. Like, if you're the provider and you've worked it out in your marriage where like, hey, I'm gonna provide, but you're gonna be home with the kids. Whoever's at home with the kids also it can't just be a biased effort. Like, oh, well, I'm with the kids all day and now you got to come home and cook, clean, and do all these things.
Well, I mean, and shout out to all the moms and stay-at-home dads out there. Like wherever the stereotype came from, that staying home with the kids and making the home is not a job.
It is ridiculously hard. It is so hard.
It's so hard.
So hard. Honestly, it is so difficult. But as long as it's communicated about and it's respected, like Erica and I have that dynamic in our family. Like, she's going to be a stay-at-home mom. She'll probably run her small little business. And then she wants to be like very present with our kids. And that's great. I support her in that role. So when she tells me, hey, I need you to bring home food tonight, I'm hungry. Or, hey, can you cook dinner? Or, hey, can you help me clean? Or whatever. Like, I am a great supporter of her because she is also a great supporter of me. And I know how hard a job is. It's not like, hey, what are you doing sitting on your butt all day? It's like, she's raising our children.
Right, exactly.
Which means that, like, that takes time and effort. And, like, I want her to be present, raising our children. You know?
Yeah, and not to say you're not doing it too.
Yeah.
It's not just your primary job.
No, it's just not. It's not. Yeah, I'm spending 8 hours of my day gone. You know, right. I mean, not really.
Roughly.
Yeah.
8 hours of your day
working. The average male
working.
adult, the working adult, is spending 8 hours of their day gone. Like, that's not really my case because of the way that I've built my life, but that is very standard.
Yeah.
And so I just think that if those roles are clarified and communicated about, then you can have a very successful marriage and a very successful home life and raise your kids the way that you want to be raised. And I think confusion in marriages and anger and disruption comes from people who have never talked about the expectations. Like, well, I come home and my wife, you know, the house is dirty and the food's not cooked. Well, did you ever talk to her about, like, that's what you expect?
Did you guys
like,
set expectations?
Did you set expectations? Did you tell her what you want? Did she tell you what she wants? Like, you can avoid a lot of those problems by, let's say she doesn't like to clean. Hey, I don't like to clean. Okay, cool. I'll buy a cleaner.
Or even it's probably deeper than like a, hey, I don't like to clean thing.
Yeah.
It's probably like, how's your relationship doing? Like, I'm not going to say everyone's who doesn't like to clean might have a relationship problem. But if you come home and you're working your 8 hours and you're married and you have kids, you loved each other, you know, at some point. What I'm saying is if the house isn't taken care of, then that's probably a reflection of how she's just her will of effort.
Yeah.
You know, it's like what if your relationship's kind of mad, she's going to take care of the kids, make sure they're taken care of. That's her number one.
Yep.
But that's her number one.
And
if she's not taking care of the house perfectly like you expect, first of all, it's because you didn't set the expectations, and second of all, she's not in a mood to go out of her way, or what is it, above and beyond for you. Because what are you doing?
Exactly.
Other than working 8 hours a day and then coming home and being pissed off and angry, or sitting on the couch cracking a beer, which is awesome, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Know when.
There are very few. There are exceptions to the rule. But there are, for the most part, it is, if it can be communicated about, it needs to be communicated about, expectations need to be set, and then you need to do your part, and she needs to do her part. And so if you're the person that stays at home, and the expectation is, hey, I really expected the food to be cooked and the kitchen to be cleaned or whatever, and that was communicated, it's not getting done, okay, well, what can I do to support you? Or is this too much? Like, is the kids sports, is that getting in the way? Okay, cool. Well, as a provider, because that's what you're allowing me to do by taking care of the kids, I will try and make some more money so that we can get a cleaner to help out because this is overwhelming.
Or I will sacrifice NFL Sunday package for $100 a month for a cleaner.
For a cleaner, yeah. Or I will, okay, well, it's overwhelming for you because we have 3 kids now. They're all in sports. You're driving them all around. The kitchen is kind of falling apart. Let me help you in the evenings. Was I expecting to do that? No. But
does it
is
matter
she not
though?
doing
No.
her part? Yeah, like communicate about it.
I mean, I work all day and I come home and hop. I mean, sometimes she'll have already started if I get back a little later or whatever. But I love cooking. I'll hop in with her every single time.
Yeah.
What can I do? Should I do the veggies? Do you want me to do the meat? What do you want me to do?
I cook. I run this company. I still go to the gym. I run 4 miles every day. And guess what? You know what I do? A lot. I cook dinner for Erica and I. And so when people tell me they don't have time, I don't know what to say to you because I just think that you don't want to have the time.
Yeah, I mean, like I'll work out in the morning. I skipped it this morning, but like if today was a normal day, like I work out in the morning, a quick one.
Yeah.
And then go to work, and then I'm ready to make dinner. The second I leave work, I don't need to put my feet up and like hang out for a minute. I'm good to go. It's 5,
I get it. We get older, like
sure.
Blue collar boys, like your job is hard. I get it. It's not.
But we're not exactly blue collar anymore. You know what I mean? Like you're getting above that. Like of course you have to jump back into the field every now and again. Like it's
a partnership, right? So like if you're a blue collar boy and you worked in the field for 14 hours laying pipe and it sucked, then maybe you probably like call your wife and be like, hey, I'm a little tired tonight. Can you like handle this stuff? And then I'm sure there will be days where you didn't work 14 hours in the field, or it was a lighter day and you were sitting in a truck because it was kind of rainy. And so you come home and your wife is like, hey, the kids were heinous today. Can you help me out? And then there's days where you're both exhausted and it was a hard, long day for both of you.
And you meet in the middle and you say, hey, I had a long, hard day. I need you to take care of this. Hey, I can't because the kids are absolutely awful today. Cool. Let's order DoorDash.
Yeah, let's order DoorDash. Let's meet in the middle. Yeah, I'll clean the house. You cook the food. How's that? Deal? Deal. Just treat each other with respect, communicate through your problems, and you'll be fine.
Right. Yeah, I agree. And
it's not perfect, like Eric and I still get into our fights. We still get into tiffs. Like this is a work in progress. It is a for those of you who look at other marriages and think that they are all perfect, you don't know the ins and outs of their marriage or their relationship.
They're for sure not the same as yours.
They're for sure not the same as yours. They might not be dealing with the same problems, the same stresses.
What's that word that I love that we found in when we were deployed? Remember we were doing, what was it? What's that website? The Tumblr days? You remember the Tumblr days? Dude, when we found that, I don't know, it's like one of my favorite words in the world, but it's sonder. Do you remember what that means? Sonder means like having a sondering feeling or knowing what sonder is, like the realization that every single person that you walk past and see that exists in this world is living a life just as complicated and unspecific and wild as you are.
That's
in
crazy.
Their own different world that's so wildly different from yours, that's so wildly separated.
Yeah.
And you're all existing in this multifaceted life where you're only experiencing so much at one time. Like it's a good way to think. It's like
you can think you know someone so perfectly, right? So intimately. But think about you and Sarah, like how many hours a day is she doing her own thing and you're doing your own thing? And you guys live together, you're married. Right. Like same with Erica. Like how many hundreds of thousands of hours did she spend on Earth before you even met, building her own core memories that have nothing to do with you?
Right, exactly.
And it's like, how could you ever completely compare 2 lives? You can't.
Right. You can't. It's wild.
Yeah. It's interesting, man. I feel like we got a lot of good stuff out today. You got anything else you want to talk about?
We got good stuff. We're gonna be expecting greatness from the reels.
Yeah. David, baby. Looking at you. He's gonna be fired, dude.
The reels better be good, dude.
All right. Got anything else?
Nothing.
That's all we got. Get out of our face.